This afternoon from Wilemon Field, it's a non-district matchup as the Sam Houston Texans out of District 4 6A entertain the Wildcats of Fort Worth Dunbar representing District 8 5A. After 10.5 months of no football, we're back here. Our season opener on AISD-TV, a rare Saturday afternoon contest. The Texans come in with a record of 1-1, Dunbar at 0-2. John Nelson, our AISD-TV crew, on hand. Middle deep for the Wildcats is number 9, Adam Conley. Dunbar on the year 0-2. The Wildcats coming off of a loss to Saginaw Boswell last week, 34-21. Sam Houston shut out by Duncanville, 48-0. Nathan Kopetsky set to kick off for the Texans, averaging 12 points a game. Dunbar comes in averaging 14. Conley watches it sail over the head. This will come out to the 25. Dunbar coached by Todd Lawson in year number 12. And, of course, the Texans guided by Anthony Chris in year number 6. Sam Houston opened the year with a win over North Mesquite, 24-22, right here at Wilemon. Waylon Kemp will be the quarterback this afternoon for Dunbar, a senior. It has a bevy of nice receivers to work with this year. Number 3, Waylon Kemp. Paris Jackson is the tailback, and Conley flexed out wide right. 1st and 10 from the 25. Sir Quincy Stewart now in the backfield, out over the ball, number 71. And not hard to miss Jervon Goods. And a 5-yard march off will set it here at the 20 on the penalty. Assessed to Dunbar. Not quite set, now they are. Rolling out is Kemp. Under duress and throws it away, being hounded by Roderick Thomas, number 3 of Sam Houston. The Texans defensively giving up their fair share of points after the first 2 weeks of the year at 35. Play action, Kemp on the double fake as Conley goes to the left, and Kemp nowhere to go except dump it off. 2nd and 15. Jackson and Stewart, the setbacks. Now Stewart, the fullback, directly behind Waylon Kemp. Sam in a 4-man front. On 2nd and 15, handoff. Jackson met first by Owens. Wrapped up by 2 more Texans at the 17. It'll be loss of a couple of yards. Also in the mix, number 20, Keemon Jones, a linebacker. There's Jones, number 20. 29 seniors this year on the varsity, 18 juniors and 8 sophomores. 3rd and 16 as the Wildcats scrimmage from just inside the 19-yard line. Wide right, Maurice Johnson, number 19. On 3rd and long. Kemp looking left. Deep ball left side, overshoots his receiver by about 15 yards. Trying to loop it in the direction of Adam Conley, the junior, and the Texans have held as the Wildcats will punt it away. Dunbar last year finished 5-7 in their district, 4-3, and beat O.D. Wyatt in the by-district playoffs. Lost in round 2 to Boswell. In punt formation, number 28, Jordan Alex. Single setback. It's a floater up high. Hits at the 43 and downed at the 43 by Sir Quincy Stewart as the Texans will set up shop in Dunbar territory at the 43. Jacob Dollar, a 3-year starter, the man under for Sam Houston this year. Patrick Boulier, one of the running backs. Wide out to the left is Jerome Shackelford Jr. From the gun, Jacob Dollar. 196 yards of passing through the first 2 weeks of the year. Running play, big gain of 7, stacked up at the 36-yard line. Running over the left side, number 24, Patrick Boulier. This offensive line is a good one this year for Sam. 4 juniors and just 1 senior. Boulier coming left and close to a first down at the 33. Johnny Patman in on the tackle for Dunbar, but not before the Texans record the game's first down. Deontay Smith is the tight end on the left. Pedro Holguin is the offensive center. On 1st and 10, motion in the line. The Wildcats may have jumped. Dollar looping it, and this will come back, trying to get it to Shackelford, as Dunbar looked like they jumped first. Offensive line, Holguin, Malik, Bradford, Landa, and Rios for the Texans. Their team motto this year is unfinished business. Sam Houston last year just finished 3-7 overall, 2-5 in the district. The 5-yard penalty on Dunbar, so they've been flagged twice for a total of 10 yards.
Correction, it was the offsides on the defense. 5-yard penalty, 1st and 5 for the Texans.
Jacob Dollar, a couple of rushing touchdowns this year, 2 touchdowns up top. Had over 1,500 yards of passing last year and 11 touchdowns. It's 1st and 5. Boulier over the left side stood up, and a nice takedown thrown down by Alex. Jordan Alex. Linebacker at 5'9", a junior at an even 200 pounds. Cameron Landa, offensive lineman number 71, comes out. And a look at the last play.
Jacob Dollar, the quarterback.
2nd and 5. Dollar will deploy 2 receivers wide right. Angel Ojeda is one of them, number 80. Dollar as they stay to the ground, and not much at all. Number 47 for the Wildcats. Johnny on the spot. Colin Ross Silman at 6 foot and a sophomore. And he just stoned him right here, helmet to helmet. Gain of maybe a half a yard, 3rd down and a long 4. Dollar and the fake handoff over the middle, caught and a first down by the tight end, Deontay Smith. Nice quick pass, and it's 1st and 10 at the 15. Cofield dragged down by Silman. Raylan Cofield, a sophomore, also a wide receiver. No gain, 2nd and a dime from the 15. Just underway, 8:42 to go in the opening period. It is unseasonably warm. Temperature in the 90s on this Saturday, September 16th. Cofield stays in the backfield. Dollar looking right, throws wide open, caught at the 9, in at the 5, and over the double stripe for the touchdown. Angel Ojeda. 15 yards on the pass and run, and the Texans strike first. That is Ojeda's first touchdown catch of the year, the junior wide receiver. Nice 43-yard drive following the Dunbar punt. Pair of 8s. Eric Gonzalez, the senior. They'll try to make it 7-0. Spotted, up, and it is no good. He missed it left. Hooked it just outside the left upright. There's the pass, shaking off one tackle and getting away from the strong safety at the goal line. 3rd touchdown pass of the year for senior Jacob Dollar. Comes in with a 52% completion rate. Sam Houston averaging 98 yards of passing through the first 2 weeks of the year. A 2-point win over North Mesquite, and then the lopsided loss to Duncanville last week, 48-0. Four district games involving AISD teams this past Friday night, September 15th. Lamar picked up their first win of the year, blanking Keller Central 7-0. Arlington defeated Plano East 56-21. Bowie came up just short, losing to North Mesquite 49-45. And Martin stays perfect at 3-0, defeating South Grand Prairie 29-10. Martin and Arlington opening up the year at 3-0. Nathan Kopensky set to kick off for the second time. They ask for a little assistance. Alberto Fuerte will hold it. The wind is out of the south, kicking up at about 15 miles an hour. Again, middle deep, number 9, Adam Conley. Conley on the run, gathers it in at the 7, 20, 25, breaks to the outside 30, inside the numbers 40, and Conley almost to midfield. Carries it out to the 48-yard line.
Returned by the Wildcats.
Second possession.
First and 10, Dunbar.
Bird and Fuerte down there. Nice seal right here as he cuts it back against the green. Gains an additional 14 yards. Finally caught up Alberto Fuerte, the junior. Now they spot it directly on the 50. First and 10, Dunbar. They scrimmage from midfield, trailing 6-0. Senior Waylon Kemp. He'll hand it off to the outside Jackson. Jackson's got about 9, make it one more, stays in bounds, and carries it down to the 39-yard line. A nice gain of 11 yards. Virgil Phillips there for Sam Houston. Getting away from Robert Brown. Tiptoes inbounds. Tried to high hurdle Trey Flood Hensley, number 43. And the first down of the game for Dunbar. Sir Quintus Stewart and Paris Jackson, the two running backs behind Waylon Kemp. From the 39. Jackson fights for yardage, picks up a quick 6. Dunbar returned 29 lettermen this year. 8 offensive starters, 9 defensive starters. The preseason favorite over in District 8 5A this year is Colleyville Heritage. Grapevine picked to finish second as Sam Houston takes a timeout. The enrollment of Dunbar is just under 1,000. It is the smallest school in District 8 5A. Colleyville Heritage a little over 2,100. 2 years ago, Dunbar made the playoffs. Sam Houston a couple of years ago had their troubles at 3-5. 1-6 in the district, and again coming off a 3-7 season last year. But Coach Chris very optimistic when I talked to him back in late July. A bevy of offensive starters are back this year. 29 lettermen, 10 offensive starters. Second and 4 for Dunbar. Out over the ball is Jervon Goods, close to 300 pounds. Second and 4 from the 33. Kemp will keep it. Runs for daylight and picks up about 5. Has a first down at the Sam Houston 27. And the offensive line quick up for the Wildcats. They've inserted Willie Evans, number 32, as a running back, a senior. Maurice Johnson, number 19, goes wide left. 6-0, Sam on top. Dunbar from the 28. Strong side right. Kemp on first down will hand it off, evading one. In a retreat mode is Evans. Evans trying to make something and goes to the opposite side and carries it inside the 25. They'll mark it at the 23. Emmanuel Koya coming on as a defensive tackle for Sam, number 54. 2nd and 5. Steve DeLorbe comes out, number 58. Waylon Kemp will hand it off, first man, and he's stacked up. Here's 3, 4, now 5 red shirts. Able to shove the runner backwards. No gain. Trey Flood Hensley and Jones in on the stop. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. 3rd and 5. Number 6, wide right, Leonte Cooper, a junior. Kemp looking right, throws on the run, caught at the 19-yard line. Adam Conley on the reception and close to a first down. They'll place it inside the 18. That should be enough by about a half a yard. 6:07 to go in the opening period. 6-0, Sam Houston on top. It is a Dunbar first down. Evans going to stay in the backfield. Brandon Curtis, number 80, a wide receiver, comes to the near side. From the 18-yard line, the Quentin Wright is a slot back to the left. Kemp in trouble. And Kemp runs inside the 15, takes a hard hit at about the 14. Feeling the heat, and Kemp able to make some yardage. Steve DeLore back in, number 58, as a defensive tackle. Look at Kemp as he surveys, finds nothing, and able to pick up some nice yardage. Gain of almost 5. 2nd and 6. Sideline left, open field right for Kemp. As somebody coming on late trying to get on number 84, Keith Austin. Austin is also a kicker for Dunbar. 3 receivers wide right on 2nd and 6 from the 13. Kemp throws on the run. It is caught inside the 10 and a nice reception by Cooper. Chased out of bounds by Robert Brown, the safety, number 21. And about a yard short. It'll be 3rd down and a yard at the Sam Houston 9-yard line. This drive started at midfield. Dunbar punted on its first possession. Willie Evans, the setback behind Kemp. From the 9, he'll take it on the quarterback draw to the 5, to the end zone. 9 yards untouched. And Dunbar has scored its first touchdown.
In for the Wildcat touchdown.
That comes with 4:40 remaining in the opening period. Just ran away from Virgil Phillips, but virtually untouched on the 9-yard quarterback draw. Jordan Alex out of the hold of Leonte Cooper will try to give Dunbar the lead. Kicking into a little bit of a breeze. It is blocked. It's a free ball picked up and fumbled and picked up again at the 25. And thrown out of bounds very hard And, wow, slow to get up is Robert Brown. Thrown over by Alex, number 28. Here's a block right in the middle. Well, they could have come through 3 at a time on that left side as the Texans stuff it. Almost picked up the run. It has kicked a little bit. And finally, Brown scoops it up. And a wrestling takedown by Alex, number 28. So we are tied at 6 on the 9-yard quarterback keeper by Waylon Kemp, the senior. Dunbar will kick off for the first time. What shade there is all on the west side. Again, it is very hot this Saturday, temperature in the 90s, and we're on the west side, and that is the shade side. It is very warm on the east side. You see the umbrellas and some fans huddled up near that press box on the opposite side. Later on tonight, Seguin will play O.D. Wyatt. Another non-district matchup. That's what you want to have today. Any kind of a hat, umbrella, or covering. Virgil Phillips, one of the 2 men back deep. This is a directional kick caught at the 31-yard line, and I believe he called for the fair catch. Could not advance it at the 31. That is the case. That was Alberto Fuerte for Sam Houston. So they take over at the 31, their second possession. We're tied at 6. Brandon Nash, they use sometimes as a kick return man. The offensive line, and again, Jacob Dollar, over 1,500 yards of passing last year, 11 touchdowns. Comes in with a completion rate of over 50%. 1st and 10 at the Texan 31. Dollar throws, post pattern, caught and dropped at the 43. Number 2, Joshua Bolden had it on the quick slant. Unable to hold on. Now, Bolden last year had close to 500 yards in receiving and 3 touchdowns. He's got 4.4 speed. Bolden has a touchdown catch this year. 2nd and a dime from the 31. Dollar was on target, but the receiver wasn't. Running play coming this way. 35 to the 36-yard line, cut down. At that point is Patrick Bouliard. It'll be 3rd down and 5, the Sam Houston 36. Wide right is Bolden, number 2. On 3rd and 5, and flags 2, 3, and 1 more dropped as the Texans were a little early. Oh, it's Dunbar. They assess the offsides. So they crossed over, and that's right at the spot needed for a 1st down. They need to get to the 41. That's where it's marked. That should be a 1st down. And it is. They'll move the chains on the far side. So far, they've moved 10 yards on this drive as we dip under 4 minutes in the first quarter. Running room up the middle, and a gain of 7. Patrick Boulier running behind Landa and Bradford, and also Rios on that left side. Texans will open up district play in a couple of weeks at Lamar. That is Sam's district opener. From the 48. Boulier going to move over to the right now of Dollar. On 2nd down, Dollar throws. It is caught at the 49. That should be close to another first down. Joshua Bolden hauls it in. We'll take a look at the far side, and it's about it is enough. About a half a length of the football. Another Sam Houston first down. At the 49, they'll operate from the far hash mark. Bolya stays in the backfield. Dollar from the shotgun, fields the high snap. He will take off to the near side, looking for some running room, and steps out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. Being hounded by Paris Jackson, number 10, and a couple of others. No gain at all. Something collapsed on the far side, and Dollar just had to make the most of it. Play brought in by Brandon Nash, number 1, the junior wideout. 2nd and 10 from the Dunbar 49. And Nash going to move over to the far side. So 3 receivers wide right on 2nd and 10. From the 49, straight handoff, Bollier up the middle and thrown down at the 42. Nice gain of 9. Third and just over a couple of yards. Again, 3 receivers to the right. On 3rd down, Dunbar showing blitz. Post pattern caught a little bit too high for Ojeda, number 81.
4th and 3.
Angel Ojeda. It'll be 4th down and needing 3 with 2:05 to go in the first quarter. And Dunbar will take a timeout. Sam Houston facing a 4th and 3 from the Dunbar 42-yard line. Short punt formation. Dollar will not punt. He'll take off. He will kick on the run. It's a spinner and caught at the 34-yard line by Tony Wynn. So Dunbar, rather Dollar, seeing what Dunbar was going to line up defensive-wise, and there was nothing to gain on that far side, so was able to kick it on the run. If it wasn't there, I'm sure he said, I got to kick it and pin him back as deep as I can, but not much yardage exchange. They will set up at the 33. Dunbar's 3rd possession. It's one of those plays, if it works, it's fine, but if not, don't lose any yardage. Waylon Kemp will take the snap directly under center. Double fake, rolls out, that's short. Intended for Conley, number 9. Don't see many quarterbacks these days on the run and shoot line up directly under center. Sam Houston in those nice traditional red jersey, blue pants, and the red helmets with the state of Texas in blue on the side of the helmet. When you think of Sam Houston, those are the uniforms you're used to when they have a home game. 2nd and 10. Kemp will hand it off, tripped up. Now here's Jackson. Jackson trying to break to the outside and is blasted at the 33. Number 9, Virgil Phillips. A senior, had 4 interceptions last year. He'll be counted on heavily to lead the Sam Houston defense this year. 3rd and 8. From the 34, Sir Quincy Stewart will be to the left of Kemp. Now he moves over again. From the gun, Kemp lost it.
Ball comes out.
Gains nothing.
Recovered by Wildcats.
It'll be
No
4th and
gain on
8.
the play. Tackle made by number 58.
Comes loose. Nobody knocked it loose. He just lost it.
From there on 33.
Brian Alba, number 75, on as a defensive tackle for Sam Houston on this punt attempt. Back deep is Virgil Phillips, number 9. That's Jordan Alex. End over end. It crosses midfield, takes a bounce straight up, and will be downed at the Sam Houston 44.
Texans are going to take over after the punt.
Second punt for Dunbar. Sam Houston will start from its own 44. We're tied at 6. They got the fans. If there's any kind of a mister on the sidelines, they'll use them today. Any kind of a spray mist to keep hydrated, and if you can, stay cool. Jerome Shackelford Jr., number 10. And Joshua Bolden will head wide right. Well, they don't know where to spot it. Now they spot it at the 45. They gained a yard. Strong side right. Dollar A reverse. Ojeda chased and double teamed at the 40. Loss of 5 yards. Alex and Cooper there on the combo takedown. That should be the last play of the quarter, and it is. At the end of the first quarter here at Wilemon Field in this non-district contest, it's Sam Houston 6 and Dunbar 6.
Your Texans.
John Nelson back here at Wilemon Field. Sam Houston 6, Dunbar 6. District 4 6A against District 8 5A. Texans have had it their way against the Fort Worth schools down through the year. 2nd and 14 penalty flag as Dollar hooks up on the run with a tight end, Smith. Deontay Smith, if it holds, it'll be a first down. And the linesman on the near side. There's a referee counting the number of players to see if there were 12. No, there weren't. Offsides. Offsides on Dunbar. Naturally, the Texans wave it off. It is a first down, and the ball spotted at the 45. Nice high two-handed grab on the run by Smith, the senior. And a Sam Houston first down. The Texans all time against Fort Worth schools, 34-9. First meeting ever between Sam and Dunbar. From the 45, play action. Here's a handoff being chased as Caulfield, and a late flag as Caulfield was tattooed about 4 yards out of bounds. They didn't want to let up on Caulfield, and it'll cost Dunbar yardage. Sam has done a good job of mixing up the plays here in the first half. We've seen the tight end, we've seen some slant plays to the receiver Bolden, reverse, over the middle passes. So 15 yards assessed against Dunbar. This will carry it near the 30-yard line. Spotted at the 31, 1st and 10. Shackelford to the left. Ojeda to the right as Shackelford now comes near the bench. Coaching staff calling the plays near midfield. So they want 3 receivers to the near side. They've got Caulfield in the backfield. Here's Dollar. And Caulfield wrapped up, nothing at all, loss of a couple of yards.
Handoff goes to number 12, Caulfield.
Nice surge led by Stewart, number 20.
Loss of 3.
Stewart last year had a nice season for Dunbar, 68 tackles. He's a senior, 2nd and 13. Ball right between the hash marks. Dollar looking, surveys the secondary, throws intercepted at the 21. Number 6, Leonte Cooper. Intended for Bolden, number 2. And Dunbar forces the turnover. Dollar intercepted for the second time this year. Just underway in the second quarter. Ball spotted at the 23. Brandon Curtis, number 80, wide to the near side. On 1st and 10, Kemp will hand it off, and not much. Out to the 26 goes Evans, number 32, Willie Evans. Able to run away from one, but not the other. Gain of 3, second down and 7. Adam Conley to one side and Curtis to the other side. Dunbar this year also has Craig Earl listed as a quarterback and Carlos Wiley. Same play. And submarined at the 27 is Evans. Trey Flood Hensley was there, number 43. And another teammate on the double team. 3rd and needing close to 7. Xavier Richards, the cornerback, will guard Jackson. Kemp just throws it away. Kemp had Omar Darame in his face.
Flag in the secondary.
Darame, a junior, and a penalty flag. Just picked it up. That one dropped at midfield about 20 yards away from the ball. Preliminary indication is illegal substitution. Personal foul. They offset each other.
Personal fouls on the Texans and the Wildcats.
So that offsets. It'll be 4th down. So the interception leads to nothing for Dunbar. They started at the 23. It'll end at the 28.
That's going to bring up 4th down for Wildcats.
And in comes the punt team. That's Jordan Alex. See if the Texans go for the block, or now they're going to send back deep Virgil Phillips, number 9. To the other side is Robert Brown. 9:17 to go in the first half on 4th down. It is shanked to the near side. Bounces out of bounds near the 45.
Line goes out of bounds about the 45-yard line. Let's call it 46.
Alex didn't get much of it at all. We'll see where they mark it off. With that angle, it should be right near the 45. Since this game was not pre-sold, they got a pretty good deal if you want to see this con. Everybody gets in at the student price today. They spot it at the 47. So they gave the punter a extra couple of yards. From the Dunbar 47, Dollar hands it off up the middle 5, 10, 15, mark it off at 18 yards. On the handoff.
Straight up the middle, down to the 31. That's going to be good for a Dunbar first down.
Bollier on the run,
Sam Houston first down.
right up the middle. And a huge gain near the 30. Dollar around the left end. Dollar inside the 20. He picks up 12 more. A missed extra point and a blocked extra point is why we are tied at 6. 1st and 10 from the Dunbar 20. Bollier spun down at the 19. Number 17, Antarian Dixon, senior defensive end, on the tackle. There's the long, tall Texan. He's on the track at about the 20-yard line, right below us. One of the great mascots in the AISD has been here since the school opened in '63. The long, tall Texan. 2nd and 8. Handoff coming right. 15 to the 11-yard line and a first down. Oh, they have used Patrick a lot here in the first half. They're going to spot it on the 10. It's a 1st and goal. Nash wide left with Ojeda. 1st and goal, Sam Houston. This following a short Dunbar punt. Bollier behind Dollar. He'll take the handoff and lose a yard. His head butted back at the 11. Number 25 first to get to him. That's DeQuinton Wright. 5'9" and close to 200 pounds, a junior. 6:50, clock moving here in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 11. Dollar throws. It is batted away at the 3 and a late flag. Reaching over the top. They try to get it to Bolden. And we'll have the interference. May have hooked him as well on the ball that was batted down. Referee and the other official now in discussion. That's what we thought happened at first on the bump at about the 3. I don't believe Bolden pushed off. Pass interference. So half the distance to the goal. Dunbar thought they had a nice knockdown, but it'll be placed at the 6. First and goal from the 6. Dollar. Play action will hand it off, and here's a touchdown for Sam Houston. Patrick Bollier scores Sam Houston's 2nd touchdown. He has to have at least 12 carries here in the first half. (12-6).
Gonzalez in to try the extra point for the Texans.
Eric Gonzalez out of the hold of Nash. And this time connects. Our new score with 6:36 left in the first half. Sam Houston 13, Dunbar 6. Back on this 94-degree Saturday afternoon, the Texans on top 13-6. Nathan Kopetsky is set to kick off for Sam Houston. That Sam Houston drive, 53 yards. It's a squib kick, scooped up at the 16-yard line, 20, 25, 30, out over the 35 and close to the 40-yard line. Nice return by number 6, Leonte Cooper. And Dunbar will have it for the 5th time here in the half. Defensively, the Texans through 2 games giving up 148 yards of passing and 190 yards of rushing. Much of that on that 48-0 loss last week to Duncanville. From the 40, trailing 13-6. From the gun, the fake to Evans, and then walloped. Kemp loses 3.
And number 43,
Boy, Kemp
loss of 3.
met by DeLorbe, number 58. Well, that's a headache. 2nd and 13. Maurice Johnson comes wide left. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. From the 37 on 2nd and 13. Kemp rolls right, directing traffic, throws a low ball at the 45-yard line.
Play broken up by number 3, Thomas. It's gonna bring up 3rd down.
Intended for Cooper. Keith Austin was also in the area, number 84. It'll be 3rd and 13. Just for good measure, number 20, Keemon Jones, gave Kemp a late kiss. Maurice Johnson goes wide right, 3rd and 13. From the 37. Kemp has it cocked, pulls it back, and runs for daylight. Look at him go, crosses midfield. Nothing but green turf ahead for Kemp, and makes the most of it. Close to 20 yards on the run. Exits right in front of Virgil Phillips. Number 9, 1st and 10 from the 44. Running behind Jayla Williams over the right side, and yardage to the 38. A quick 6 yards. That is Wright. Number 25, DeQuinton Wright, a junior. He comes out and Jackson comes in, number 10, Paris Jackson. 2nd and 4, winding down to close to 5 minutes here in the half. 13-6, Sam Houston on top. Kemp, play action, rolls out, throws, has his man caught and dropped, is loose, and the Texans have it. Did he have it long enough? He did not. And Willie Washington shaken up, number 5. And rule it incomplete. Here's a Kemp. And almost had it long enough. It was stripped. It stayed in bounds, but ruled incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. Watch out for Johnson here, wide left on the near side. Kemp looking over the middle, deep ball right side into double coverage, caught at the 3 and a touchdown. Hauled in by Leonte Cooper.
Good for a Dunbar touchdown.
38-yard pass and run. Leonte Cooper, number 6, getting behind the secondary. And a nice throw by Kemp, the senior. It is 13-12. And Jordan Alex will try to tie this one up. Oh, that's short, partially blocked. And not even close. So it stays 13-12. 4:41 left in the half as Dunbar drives 60 yards. But it's the extra points, the story here for both teams in the first half. They've had 3 misses. Well, 2 misses and a block. That certainly needs to be corrected before district for both teams. 13-12, the Texans holding on to a 1-point lead. Number 9, Virgil Phillips. Number 12, Raylan Caulfield and Brandon Nash all drop back deep.
And number 12, Cofield, back for the Texans.
So a little shot in the arm, and Dunbar right back in this game, trailing by a point. Jordan Alex, the junior. It's short. And up with a hand waving, indicating the fair catch, is Bollier, the 22.
Fair catch by number 24, Ballou. Texans are going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Fifth possession here in the half for Sam Houston. There's the Texan marching band on the track on the west side. Raylan Caulfield got to be a running back, at least it appears in this series for Sam Houston. Bulio out. Dollar, handoff, and shaken down.
Out to the 24. No gain.
No gain, Jordan Alex there. And Alex kicks off. He's extra points. He is a middle linebacker on defense. Sam Houston's roster a little bit deeper than Dunbar's. 2nd down and close to 11. Caught by Ojeda. Ojeda, yardage to the 35. It is a 1st down. Gain of close to 11. From the 35. And the door shut and loss of a half a yard, Caulfield.
And off up the middle. And number 12, Cofield. No gain.
Hit hard by Ashford. Number 58, Ashford may have hurt his wrist
Up the clock
as
by Dunbar.
a timeout taken with 3:43 left in the half. Dunbar called the timeout, so they have 1 left. 2nd and 10, Sam Houston from its own 34. They lead 13-12. Jacob Dollar from the gun. Looks, pump fakes, will run, and double teamed at the 37.
Gets it out to the 37.
Hit by Alex first. Gain of 3. Texans with a couple of timeouts. Below back in and a setback. Dollar on 3rd down. Swing pass caught and drilled out of bounds hard near the 37. Ballou really taken out of bounds hard. It'll bring up 4th down. Dollar will stay in on 4th and 8. Adam Conley back deep in punt formation for Dunbar. Low end over end. Conley picks it up, drops it, and recovers at his own 32. Well, it'll be up to the Sam Houston defense to hold the Wildcats at bay, leading by 1. 2:24 left in the half. Sam Houston will receive the second half kickoff. Waylon Kemp. He'll send Maurice Johnson wide left. Haven't thrown to him today. Looking that way, there he is, and the catch, no catch on the bounce. 2nd and 10. Robert Brown and Xavier Richards on that right side in the secondary for Sam Houston. On 2nd and 10. 38-yard touchdown toss to Leonte Cooper, Dunbar's second touchdown today. Not much at all, ridden down at the 32.
3rd down.
Under 2 minutes. 3rd and 10. Texans going to pull Demetrius Allen as a defensive tackle. They want a little speed in that secondary, anticipating a long ball here on 3rd down. And Sam Houston electing to take its second timeout.
Take him out of Texans.
Potentially big play coming up for Dunbar, and Sam shifting personnel. They saw the lineup that Dunbar had out there and took a quick timeout. Kemp can go deep like Jacob Dollar. A 9-yard run by Kemp and a 38-yard pass to Leonte Cooper, the 2 scores for Dunbar. Dollar hooking up with Ojeda. And then below on a 6-yard run, the scores for Sam Houston. So the Texans on the shady side on this Saturday. Week 3, the final non-district game for both teams. On 3rd and 10 from the 32. 4 receivers wide to the near side. Kemp being harassed. Throws a high ball, and that was out of bounds all the way. Everybody well covered, especially Curtis, number 80.
Pass goes out of bounds.
And it'll be 4th down. And the 4th punt upcoming for Dunbar. Stops the clock with 1:32 to go in the half. Virgil Phillips drops back for Sam Houston. He's standing near the 45. The Fort Worth School District using 3 fields as they have in the past years. Handley, Scarborough Field, Clark Stadium, and Farrington. Nice punt. Phillips watches it sail over his head, still continues to roll inside the 20 and down at the 19. From the 19. Dollar, middle screen, caught on the run by the Ragin' Cajun and has yardage to the 20.
Complete to number 24 for Lou. Tackled at the 20.
2nd and 9. Just waiting for the lineman to clear. Nice catch. Tripped up by number 25, the Quentin Wright. .44 seconds, clock moving. Dollar pumps once. Looking right side, has a man and unable to get it to Nash. Keith Austin there providing the coverage for Dunbar as they try to go deep to the junior Brandon Nash. It'll be 3rd and 9. Yeah, you'd like to pick up enough yardage to have that clock move. What that does is essentially give Dunbar a timeout on that incompleted pass. From the 20 on 3rd down, Dollar drops it. It's kicked. It's still loose. Dunbar says they have it. And they do. Number 25, DeQuentin Wright comes up with it. And a huge break for the Wildcats with a half a minute to go. On 3rd and 9, Dollar loses it. Here's another look at it. On the handoff, the exchange. Well, he never got it to him, just dropped it. And then it was kicked towards the offensive line. And Dunbar comes up with it at the Sam Houston 23. One timeout, trailing 13-12. Kemp rolls left, looking, pumps once, is flush from the pocket, will run, takes it to the 17. Gain of about 6 yards. And Dunbar takes its final timeout with 18 seconds left in the half. From the 17-yard line, 2nd and 5. No timeouts to work with. Kemp floods the right side, tries to go to the corner for Cooper. That one near the pylon. It'll be 3rd and 5 with 13 seconds left. We'll see if Kemp empties the backfield again and sends everybody to that right side. Roderick Thomas now the defensive back on. They'll pull Emmanuel Koya, number 54. 3rd and 5 from the 17. Trailing 13-12 with 13 seconds. Kemp holds it up high and throws it out of bounds, nowhere near Austin to make a reception. 7 seconds left. It'll be 4th down. And 4th down from the 17. Kemp, no pressure. Deep ball to the corner. It is tipped away. Nicely done. On the double coverage, number 21, Robert Brown. Able to prevent a possible touchdown catch, and with that incompleted pass on 4th down, the first half comes to a close. Intermission here at Wilemon. Our scores, Sam Houston 13, Dunbar 12. And welcome back to Wilemon Field. It's a 13-12 Sam Houston lead as we get set to play half number 2. Sam Houston will receive the second half kickoff. Total yards not that far off. Sam Houston had 118 total yards in the first half. Dunbar had 106. Texans got on the scoreboard first on this Dollar to Ojeda pass. Angel Ojeda, 6-0, play covered 15 yards. Extra point was missed. Dunbar comes back on a 9-yard Waylon Kemp run. Extra point block tied at 6. Texans regain the lead on this Ballou 6-yard scamper. Extra point good. 13-6, and Dunbar on a 38-yard toss. Kemp to Leonte Cooper. Extra point missed. 13-12 as we begin the second half. Sam Houston fields the kickoff at the 15-yard line. And Cofield carries it out across the 30 to the 32. In the first half, Jacob Dollar, 7 of 10 passing, 55 yards and a touchdown. Ballou, 9 carries, 55 yards. Waylon Kemp for Dunbar, 7 of 32 rushing, 7 carries, 32 yards. 3 for 12 in passing, 48 yards and a touchdown. Dunbar punted 5 times, Sam Houston once. Texans had 12 first downs to Dunbar's 5. Jacob Dollar will hand off to Ballou as he carries it over the right side and gains about 5. Again, Sam Houston came in averaging 12 points a contest. Dunbar's defense allowing 24. Sam Houston averaging 98 yards of rushing a game and 98 yards of passing. Their district opener in a couple of weeks at Lamar. Second down 5 from the 37. Dollar throws a quick strike on the slant to Bolden. Unable to hang on to it. Joshua Bolden, the intended receiver. It'll be 3rd and 5. Regular season ends for Sam Houston on a Thursday night. They end the regular season here November the 9th against Arlington. 3rd and 5 from the 37. Handoff, left side, and not much, maybe a half a yard. For Ballou, it'll be 4th down. And Dollar will stay in. And back in punt formation, Adam Conley, number 9, for the Wildcats. Again, Dunbar, a playoff team last year, finished 5-7, beat O.D. Wyatt in the first round and lost to Boswell in round 2. Dropped, Dollar picks it up, end over end, fielded at the 25. 30, works his way across the 40. This is Conley, gets a block, breaks into the secondary. Conley cut down at the 35. Dollar got underneath and was one of only 2 men back deep for Sam Houston. Slow to get up is Hensley, number 43. Trey Flood Hensley. Slow to get up for Sam Houston. Ball spotted at the 35. First time, the second time that Dunbar started in Sam Houston territory. There's Conley, the junior, and you'll see Dollar go low at the knees. And then over the top was Hensley, who was shaken up. So Dunbar operates from the Texan 35, trailing 13-12. In motion is Cherry. Straight ahead, and maybe a yard.
Tackle made by number 14, Vincent.
This is Paris Jackson.
And number 40.
Jackson at 6'1" and 205 pounds. Had over 600 yards of rushing last year and 9 touchdowns. Second and 9. Senior Waylon Kemp. Again in the first half, 7 carries, 32 yards of rushing. 3 of 12 up top for 48 yards and a score. Fake to Jackson. They swing it out in the right flat, and Cherry is surrounded and dropped for a loss of 3. Byron Cherry on the swing pass and a loss of yardage. They spot it at the 39. That fooled no one. Sam Houston quickly there. Brown, the first man. Robert Brown, number 21. 3rd and 14. Maurice Johnson comes to the near side. Paris Jackson stays in the backfield behind Waylon Kemp. Midfield almost in complete shade from the 40s on. Motion in the line, no flags. Going deep, right side. It is knocked down at the 10, intended for Johnson. Willie Washington, number 5, bats it away. The Texans have held, and they'll force the first punt for Dunbar in the second half. Again, Washington turning and knocking it down. Playing the ball as you should. Number 28, Jordan Alex. In punt formation. Oh boy, shanked it. This isn't more than 10 yards. Over the Texan bench at the 35-yard line. Let's see, the line of scrimmage was the 39. Let's see where they mark at the 33. That's a 6-yard punt. Six yards on the punt, and the Texans take over at the 33. Patrick Ballou, number 25, the junior. In the backfield with Jacob Dollar. 2 receivers wide right. The farthest receiver is Bolden, number 2. Jacob Dollar, 3-year starter. Turns, hands it off, Ballou up the middle, and is taken down hard at the 36.
Up the middle, the number 24, Ballou. Gets it out to the 36.
Number 10, Jerome Shackelford Jr. comes on. Second and 8. Dollar on the keeper, right side, and squeezes out a yard. It'll be 3rd and 7.
3rd and 6.
It looked like Darwin Levine made the stop, number 42. Yeah, he did, got him first. 3rd and about 7. And a little antsy jumping across first. Dunbar, it's a free play, and a deep pass caught and dropped. Bolden had it looking back into the sun and dropped it, but Dunbar jumped across the line. Colin Ross Silman, number 47.
Offsides on the defense.
Jump first. That'll be only a yard needed now for Sam Houston. It'll be 3rd down and a yard. So Dollar had a free play, but Bolden had to turn, look back into that sun, which is a problem on that far side. Had it, then couldn't hold on to it. 3rd down and a yard from the Sam Houston 42. Dollar keeps it, has a first down, and goes down at the 48.
Quarterback keeper by Dollar.
A quick gain of 6. And for Sam Houston, first down number 13 of the game. Ballou on the stretch and pulled down behind the line by Curtis, number 80. Loss of about 4. Again, the offensive line, Pedro Holt on the center. Eric Bradford and Jacob Rios, the guards. Cameron Landa and Emmanuel Malik, the tackles. 2nd and 14, swing pass Ballou, and shadowed and loses more yardage. Dunbar quick to cover. Oh, he's a marked man in that right flat. Owen Harris now on, number 32, as a running back. Loss of a couple of yards, 3rd and long, close to 18 now. Owen Harris, the new running back, a senior, number 32. Third and long. Dollar empties the backfield, looking middle deep. He runs. He will throw on the run. Has a man, Bolden. Bolden with a nice high catch at the 28. Went over the top of Adam Conley, the cornerback. Dollar at the last minute, looking down the rail. Bolden right there, and makes the nice grab at the 28. 1st and 10. On the sweep. Harris. Slow to get up. They have turned an ankle. Is Shackelford. But Owen Harris on the run of 9 yards. 2nd down and 1 at the 20. Harris over right tackle. Twisted down at the 18.
Number 32 inside the 20 down to the 17. And that's another Texan first down.
Running behind number 62, Emmanuel Malik, a junior right tackle. 1st and 10, just inside the 18-yard line. Dollar wrapped up and tossed to the turf at the 24. Slung down by Ross Silman. Loss of 3. Number 9, Virgil Phillips, in for Brandon Nash at a receiver. Second and 18 from the 25, right between the hash marks. Swing pass to Harris. Harris breaks one. Harris to the 16. Got about 9 yards out of that. Got the block from the tight end, Deontay Smith. Bring up 3rd and 9. Got back to the original line of scrimmage plus a yard. Owen Harris now to the left of Dollar. On 3rd and 9 from the 16. The fake to Harris over the middle, caught by the tight end and into the end zone. Deontay Smith. Dollar, his 2nd touchdown pass. One from 15, this from 16 yards out. A 67-yard drive. Eric Gonzalez, it's dropped. The holder unable to get it down. It's fielded into the end zone. It's a live ball. Number 84, Keith Austin. Had it gone all the way, it would have been 2 points the other way. And again, the extra points have been a problem for both teams. Here's another look at the touchdown pass to Deontay Smith, the tight end. Just a rifle shot over the middle, runs through a couple of defenders at the 3 and takes it in. It is now 19-12. Sam Houston came in averaging at 12 points a game. So there's the long time bell Another tradition here at Sam Houston for over 50 years. And a 7-point lead now for the Texans. Against North Mesquite in the opener this year, the Texans, they had over 300 yards of total offense. Dollar threw for 170, was 10 of 14. Texans trying to win their 35th game all time against the Fort Worth ISD. They are 34-9 down through the years. 19-12 as Nathan Kopetsky set to kick off. It's a squib kick. It's loose. Drop. Picked up at the 30. Able to hold on to it is Brandon Curtis. Spotted at the 29. Saturday afternoon non-district football here at Wilemon. Dunbar out of District 8, 5A. In that district with Heritage and Grapevine. Sir Quincy Stewart is the tailback. The up man is DeQuinton Wright. Kemp fakes to Stewart, rolls out, looking for a receiver, has him at the 35, near the 40. It's number 9, Adam Conley.
By number 20.
Close to the yardage needed for a first down. Maybe close enough to measure. Conley right there. Able to give a defender a soft leg, and then Willie Washington kind of shoved him up high on the helmet. Second down and about a foot needed. Just shy of the 39. Straight handoff. And a first down to the 46 and more. And a loose ball. Dislodged and recovered by Sam Houston's number 33. Gilbert DeLeon. Sir Quincy Stewart unable to hold on to it. DeLeon is somewhere near that pile of red jerseys. And has it for Sam Houston. They take over at the Dunbar 48. Dollar still in bounds. Harris, Owen Harris shoved out of bounds at the 32 and a penalty marker across the way. Gilberto De Leon up with a recovery for Sam Houston. Well, this is a perfect time here early in the third quarter for the Texans to pull away. I say early, less than 3 minutes remaining. They have already scored once.
Offsides on the defense is declined. We do have a personal foul on the defense.
A double foul against Dunbar. The Texans will take the personal foul. Here's Owen Harris. They were offsides to begin with.
First and 10.
And then the hit there on the sidelines. That's 15 more. That carried all the way down to the 16-yard line. First and 10, Sam Houston at the Dunbar 16. The fake to Harris. In traffic intended for Shackelford.
Falls incomplete. Second down and 10.
He was right there with Deontay Smith. And will bring up second down. Pedro Holguin ready to snap it here on second and 10. Sam on top, 19-12. Wide right is Ojeda. The fake to Owens. Dollar rolls out. Thrown down near the 12.
Dollar on the keeper, down to the 10. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Taken down by Johnny Patman, number 38. Or Matthew Taylor it is. Patman was wearing 38 at the beginning of the year, but Matthew Taylor has it now as senior linebacker. That's a gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 4. Far hash mark at the 10-yard line on 3rd down. Dollar fields the snap. Here's a handoff to Owens. Steps over 1. Owens to the 5 and takes it all the way down to the 3. It's 1st and goal.
Inside the 5, down to the 2. That could be 1st and goal, Sam Houston.
Got away from Cooper and had about 3 more yards. Leonte Cooper, he's been a mainstay for Dunbar. He is a good shutdown cornerback. He controls some of the offense. First and goal, just inside the 3. It's Dollar. Dollar, it's 6.
Jacob Dollar on the keeper gets it in for the 2nd touchdown.
Second touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, and Sam Houston beginning to pull away. That score coming about 2.5 minutes from the last touchdown pass to Smith. But here's the problem. This time it's good. Gonzalez connects on the extra point, and the lead now at 14.
Texans 26, the Wildcats 12. Concession stand is still open. Feel free to visit.
26-12. I wonder if they go back and forth 26 times for every point. It's better than watching 26 push-ups, especially in a game that's over 90 degrees at kickoff. But they don't mind. Hey, they want all the scores they can get. What a nice fake, and then Dollar is able to get away from number 24, who looped around, came back a little late, and able to cross the double stripe. Has been much of the offense for Sam Houston in the last 2 years. A team that has gone 6-12. Dollar, a 3-year starter, and about 70% of the offense. Kopetsky set to kick off. Another squib kick. It's a line drive fielded at the 28. This is number 80, Curtis. Curtis across the 40 to the 42.
Dunbar is going to take over 1st and 10.
64 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Number 81 and number 13, Ojeda, and Andrew Land on the tackle. A junior and a senior. From the 42, in the shadows, in the shade. Still a toaster. It's an oven on the east side with those metal stands here this afternoon. On the sweep, Paris Jackson. Jackson to the 49. He gains 7.
Gain of 7.
660 yards of rushing last year and 9 touchdowns for Jackson. Dunbar 0-2 on the year, losing to Crowley and Saginaw Boswell. Half a minute to go here in the 3rd. Jackson fights off one, looking for an opening, and it will not. It will not happen as 3 Texans wrap him up in a loss of about 3. Just outnumbered 3-1 and hoping just to hold on to the ball. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter. 3 down, 1 to go here at Wilemon. Sam Houston on top, 26-12. Set to play the fourth and final quarter here at Wilemon Field. Dunbar takes over on this side of the field at the 47, facing a 3rd and 5. You can hear the Sam Houston band in the background. Or maybe that's Dunbar. That's Dunbar across the way in the sunlight. On 3rd down. Deep ball and over the head of Conley. Waylon Kemp going deep on 3rd and 5, throwing into double coverage. Willie Washington, one of the 2 defenders for Sam Houston. Sam Houston's percussion section, the percussion has been invited this year for the first time ever to TMEA. So some success already in the early school year here at Sam Houston. Fernando Benavides is the principal here at Sam. On 4th down, nose up, tail down on the punt, hits at the 20, takes a Dunbar roll inside the 10. It's still rolling and will be down at the 5. Longest punt of the day.
After the punt, Texans are going to take over.
Close to 50 yards. Second punt following a fumble on the possessions in the second half for Dunbar. No changes offensively for Sam. The huddle is at the goal line as they break huddle. 1st and 10 from the 5. Main objective is keep the clock moving, no turnovers. You have a 14-point lead. Handoff. Ballou tripped up at the 12. A quick gain of 7. Nice saving tackle by Keith Austin, who got him on the ankles. Right there, nice tackle. 2nd and close to 7 needed. Patrick Ballou back in as a running back. He'll take the handoff, stacked up at the 14.
3rd and 1.
Third down and needing close to 2. A dollar touchdown toss to Deontay Smith, and then a dollar 2-yard run that scores here in the second half for Sam Houston. 3rd down and a long yard. Ballou, they try to stretch it out. They are able to stop him at the 9.
Ballou on the carry on the left side.
Case of just beating your man, and Adam Conley was the first to get him for Dunbar. So they hold it. The drive started at the 5. It's going to end here at the 10 on 4th down. Big stop for Dunbar. They're going to send back in single safety Adam Conley, number 9. So punting from the end zone is Jacob Dollar. Unloads, it's a skyscraper, hits at the 37, takes a side bounce, and Sam Houston there to cover it up at the 33. 23 yards on the punt, and Dunbar deep in Sam Houston territory with 9:38 to play. Second time they have started inside the 50. When they started from the 35 of Sam Houston, they were forced to punt, a fumble, and then another punt. And here is the fourth possession from the shotgun, Waylon Kemp. Running back is Willie Evans, number 32. Kemp will hand off to Evans. Evans coming left, and Evans taken down hard at the line of scrimmage by number 43, Trey Flood Hensley. Nice takedown, holding on, just pulling down the back of the number 3 and the 2. No gain. 2nd and 10. Byron Cherry, number 21, wide right. We called his name late in the first half. The outside receiver is Curtis, so Cherry and Curtis wide right. The move man is Conley. Kemp on the keeper. Kemp piled up at the 27. Carnage all over the place, slow to get up. About 3 players, including the quarterback, Kemp. Had to step over Javon Goods, a big offensive tackle. And Kemp a little sore here on 3rd and 4. Outside receiver, wide right among 3 is Leonte Cooper, number 6. 3rd down and 4, and hold everything as soon as Kemp takes the snap. Was there time called? It may have been. Timeout was taken. Head coach Anthony Chris on the sidelines. His team a little over 8 minutes away from picking up their 2nd win of the year. Beat North Mesquite right here in the season opener 24-22. Lost to Duncanville last week 48-0. And the Wildcats facing a 3rd and 4. Sam Houston did call a timeout. Kemp on the keeper. Inside the 20. It'll be a 1st down. Jalen Williams at 6'5" and 335, number 75, the left tackle, blocks out the sun. I'd run behind him all I could. Willie Evans, the running back. And here is Evans coming left. Tiptoes to the 15 and takes a hard smack from Willie Washington. It's a quick 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5. There he is, number 75. Rents himself out as a backhoe in the offseason. 6'5" and 335. 2nd and 5 from the 15. Kemp. The pile moves close to the 10. And that should be a 1st down. Waylon Kemp. Wrapped up by Hensley and a couple of others. So it is squarely on the 10-yard line. It is 1st and goal. 6:45 left in the game. Paris Jackson, the running back. Kind of a wingback on the left. 1st and goal, Dunbar. Waylon Kemp empties the backfield, rolls out, in trouble, surveys the secondary, still has it, motioning traffic, and is bombed and loses the ball at the 14. He who hesitates will be lost, and Kemp was leveled. Got to say, the ball went out of bounds at the, I thought they first marked it at the 12, but how could that be? They're going to set it back at the 10. 2nd and goal from the 10. Demetrius Allen comes out on the D line for Sam. And Dunbar taking far too long. They're taking too much time here to get these plays off. Clock has stopped, but try to like to be a little better selective, and that one just thrown, well, between the defender. It was between Cooper and Conley at the goal line. Xavier Richards was nearest. That's number 8. Being pressured from the backside by Washington. Just cuts it loose and right between the wickets there. So it's 3rd and goal from the 10. All checking their wristbands for the right play, making sure they're on the same page. Where do I go? I go to this side. Do I stay here or do I line up behind the right tackle? Waylon Kemp from the gun empties the backfield on 3rd and goal, looking to the end zone, throws. It is pulled down and a touchdown at the goal line. Caught by Brandon Curtis. A 10-yard strike, and Curtis elevates and able to hold on to it. It is 26-18. Well, that may be the catch of the afternoon for both sides. Brandon Curtis, 6'3", and listed at 150, but I don't know about that. Looks a little heavier than that. And they'll go for 2. Try to make it a 6-point game. And that collapses. Did it ever fall apart like a house of cards? Well, now we're told that Cameron Burton is number 80, not Brandon Curtis. So Cameron Burton, I thought he looked a little light poundage-wise and height-wise. Cameron Burton, 6'1" and 215 and a senior. So Burton on the corrected roster, credited for the catch. But the 2-point conversion fails with 6:13 left in the game. And the difference remains at 8. Kemp. Rope, that was on a line. And Cameron Burton right there to make the nice grab. But the 2-point conversion fails. Both teams have looked bad in extra point kicking, and that 2-point conversion there. No doubt an area of concern before district for both teams. Here's the spinning kickoff. It hits 1 yard deep and will come out to the 25. No longer does one have to take a knee or down the ball. Once it crosses the goal line, it's an automatic touchback to the 25. Well, there's the, somebody brought a tent. Somebody's got a blue tent on the far side for Dunbar. That was erected at halftime. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good idea, bringing that school-colored blue tent to stay under for 3 hours today. And there's plenty of room to spread out over there. 26-18, Sam Houston takes over at the 25, their 5th possession of the second half. Dollar, he will take it, he will run straight ahead, and Dollar with a hard yard to the 26. Last man up, number 17, Antarian Dixon. Dixon at 6'1" and 220. Second down and 9, 5:45 left to play. High school, you have 40 seconds in which to get a play off. Handoff. And all over Harris. No gain at all. Harris surrounded and dropped. 3rd and 10. On 3rd and long, Dollar looking over the middle. Bolden has it, caught at the 40 and lunges out to the 42. 17 yards on the pickup and a first down. Right between the hash marks, the field almost now in complete shade. 1st and 10 with 4:40 to play. Play clock down to 9. They want to milk that down as close to 0 as possible. Still waiting. It's down to 3. On the keeper, Dollar, running room, right side, crosses midfield, has a first down and picks up 13 yards.
Dollar on the keeper, crosses the midfield at the 45. First down, Sam Houston.
A nice first down run of 13 yards. Clock moving, 4:20 to play. Texans with 13 points in the 3rd quarter. The Wildcats with a touchdown and a failed 2-point conversion here in the 4th. Sam trying to go to 2-1. Dunbar, if they lose it, they would fall to 0-3. Under 4 minutes from the 45. Play clock down to 3. Takes the high snap, hands it off straight ahead, and the door closes after a 1-yard pickup by Owen Harris. The Wildcats have 3 timeouts. Number 19 comes out, Maurice Johnson. And they need a stop here on 2nd and 9. Looking to the bench, trying to milk the clock. They've got the play. They've got 12 seconds in which to get it off. They've got 4 seconds. On 2nd and 9, they've got 1. They just get it off. It's a reverse. Ojeda, 40, 35, penalty marker drop inside the 30 and goes down near the 26. Penalty marker where Ojeda was running. See if this will come back. It is a hold. A hold on the reverse. What that does is stop the clock, gives Dunbar a little advantage. We dip under 3 minutes. If they hold him here, they need to call a timeout. It's 2nd and 13. The ball spotted at the Dunbar 48. Two and a half minutes to play. 2nd and 13. Play clock down to 4. Down to 2. They get it off with 1. It's a keeper. And Dollar lunges to the 43 with 2:14 to go. Dunbar not going to call a timeout. Oh, why would you not? I'm not going to stop the clock. 2:03 to play. Well, you've got the timeout. You might as well use them, because you know Sam's going to take it all the way down to 1, and that would take it down to about 1:20 to play. Well, they waited too long. They called a timeout with 1:43. They could have taken it close to 2 minutes. Following the timeout, the official looking up at the clock operator, and they've added some seconds. 1:50 now is the official time left in the game. So they added some time on the clock. 3rd and 9 with 1:50 to play. Sam Houston has it at the Dunbar 43. Owen Harris will move a couple of steps to the right. Dollar takes the snap, looking over the middle, is flush from the pocket. Looking, throws, and pushed out of bounds on the incompleted pass, and that again kind of favors Dunbar. That stops the clock and forces a punt with 1:43 to play. Sam Houston will now have punted on their last 2 possessions. It'll be the 3rd punt of the second half. Each team with 2 timeouts. Sam Houston on top 26-18. Dollar in punt formation. End over end. It stays in bounds. It's still in bounds and rolls out near the 7. Had Conley been able to feel it, his momentum would have carried him out of bounds, so he just let it roll. It's spotted at the 7. So Dunbar 93 yards away from the Sam Houston end zone, down by 8 points. 5th possession in the second half for the Wildcats. And there's the offense, and there's the Sam Houston defense. And their onus is to stop any kind of a drive here. Senior Waylon Kemp from the gun. Rolls out. He throws on the run. It's caught at the 13, crossing the 15, and close to 10 yards.
Number 3, Thomas.
Nice throw on the run to Cooper. Leonte Cooper. It is a first down. Clock moving, 1:20. From the 18. Kemp, backside pressure, look out, is hit, it's loose. It's picked up by Sam Houston at the 7. Number 58, Steve DeLorbe with it. DeLorbe with a fumble recovery, but Kemp had footsteps from the backside. Nobody picked up this rusher. That's number 14, Jalen Vincent. Vincent caused the fumble and recovered by DeLorbe the junior. It's 1st and goal, Sam Houston from the 6. And that will put it away as the Texans are about to go to 2-1. Patrick Below back in as a running back. And taking a knee is Dollar.
Dollar takes a knee at the 11.
He can do that one more time if the Wildcats do not take the timeout, and that would end it. And apparently that's what they're going to do. He took a knee at the 11-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 11. But it really doesn't matter. You just want to take one more snap and come away with a win. And he does just that. Genuflex at the 12-yard line. Inside of a half a minute, both teams content to let it go, and the Sam Houston Texans will win by a final score of 26-18. They now go to 2-1. They avenged that loss last week to Duncanville. Dunbar falls to 0-3 on the year. And a win this afternoon for head coach Anthony Chris. A touchdown pass by Dollar and a touchdown run by Dollar. The scores in the second half for Sam Houston. They led 13-12 at the break and win it by a final score of 26-18. Our thanks to both head coaches, Todd Lawson of Dunbar, Anthony Chris here at Sam Houston, the personnel here at Wilemon Field, our AISD-TV production crew. Once again, our final score, Sam Houston 26, Dunbar 18. This is John Nelson saying good afternoon from Wilemon Field.